All right, guys, so let's look at number 4. Or I guess let's go back to number 3. Let's verify. So negative x squared just becomes x squared. A negative 2x, I did not write that correctly, so this would just be, that should just be a negative x right there. So positive 2 times a negative x becomes negative 2x, and then plus 1. So notice that the only thing that changes is that middle term, and the only things that stay the same are the first and second term. So this is going to be neither. All right, number 4, negative x squared plus 6. Well, a negative x squared is just going to stay x squared plus 6, so it stayed the exact same. So this is even. All right, number 5. So if we plug in a negative x, so a negative x to the third is going to stay negative x. So I'm just going to put this negative sign out front. So this is negative 7x cubed. And then a negative times a negative becomes positive. So compare this back to the original, and everything has flipped. So this is odd. All right, number 6. So if I put negative x to the 5th plus 1, negative x to the 5th is going to stay negative because it's that odd exponent, so it's going to stay negative. And then the plus 1 just stays. So notice the only thing that flipped was the x term, but then the plus 1 stayed. So this is neither. All right, number 7, just because it has a square root sign in it, that does not change anything. All right, so we have negative x square root of 4 minus negative x squared. All right, so this negative x out in front is just going to stay negative x. So this would be 4. Now, negative x squared is just going to be x squared. So it's going to look like this. Now notice the only thing that's changed is this out front. Everything else stayed the same. So this is neither. All right, number 8. So negative x to the 4th, square root of 1 plus negative x. All right, so negative x to the 4th is going to become just x to the 4th. Again, it's that even exponent, so it would all multiply out to be a positive. And then this would be 1 minus x. So the only thing that's changed is this minus sign, but everything out front stayed the same. So therefore, this is neither. All right, absolute value of x. So absolute value of negative x minus 1. Well, the absolute value of negative x, remember, absolute value is the distance from 0, which can never be negative. So this just becomes x minus 1, the absolute value of x minus 1. So therefore, this is even, because it looks the exact same in the end as it did in the beginning. All right, last one here. So 1/4, again, because there's fractions, that doesn't change anything. It does not make this problem any harder than the other ones. Okay, so 5 negative x squared. All right, so negative x to an even is going to turn it positive. So we have 1/4 x to the 6th. And negative x raised to an even power is going to stay positive. So minus x squared. Notice that this is the exact same with what we started with. So therefore, this is even. All right, so flip to the back. You need to work on these problems. Make sure that you do 1 and 2. So number 1 has A through P, and then number 2 has these 3 graphs that you need to make sure you state as even, odd, or neither. If you don't finish this in class, you need to finish this for homework and be ready to discuss tomorrow. If you have questions, go back and rewatch the video a little bit more. All right, thanks guys.